As someone who's been watching a lot of anime shows over the years, even watching some brain spanking new ones as of right now, I figured to come on here and answer the one question that kind of gets thrown at my way every so often every year as someone who's an anime connoisseur, and that is what's the best way to consume an anime show that you either want to get yourself interested in or you want to tackle like a really big juggernaut show that's more than your 12 episode length that your little body can handle. So, should you basically binge it? Should you daily watch it? Or should you do a weekly watch of it? And honestly, personally, what it boils down to at the end of the day is your preference as like wow how you can basically like take in all of your favorite anime shows out there. Because trust me, there's a lot of like different examples we could point out to, but let's break down the three main ones. Let's start with the pretty biggest and obvious one, binging. So with binging an anime show, I would recommend binging an anime show, or in this case, any show for that matter, if it's a show that's like, I guess 12 episodes or less in length. Now, of course, there is exceptions to this rule where sometimes, let's say it's a OVA, if you know what I'm talking about, where sometimes it's like one episode, 2 episodes long, or it's like maybe like two, three movies to binge. Or it could be like, let's say you have a 24 episode series, but each episode is like 5 minutes, 7 minutes in length. Like those cases, you can binge it, but then there's the risk where if you were to binge watch like a entire show, so let's say you were to binge watch Tony Kawaii, for example, you can binge it, yes, but I feel like the momentum, you being able to retain everything that you come to know about Tony Kawaii, for example, will probably be lost in the sauce as you're kind of going to honestly, truthfully remember like the ending of said show. So I would say like the last three episodes. And again, I binge watched plenty of shows back in my day to know that that at one point or another you experienced that like, hey, like I binge watched Toiko Kawaii, but the next thing you know, someone's gonna ask me, oh yeah, so what's your favorite thing about Toiko Kawaii? And they honestly reference like the ending of said show, which is a shame because like if you were to like maybe spread it out a little bit, maybe you would to capture like everything you come to know about the said show that you set yourself out for, which is where I lead to the latter half, which is maybe instead of binging an entire anime show and trying to like binge everything in one day, maybe do like a daily anime watching experience. So in this case, taking my example of Twinkle Kawaii, you can then instead of just watching the entire show in one sitting, you can instead just maybe watch like one, two, probably three episodes in one day, take a break, and then move on to the next day. And this gives you a lot more versatility and time for you to like process everything that's happened, maybe like get some food for thought modes, like really think and contemplate. And also, this gives you maybe a little bit of a chance, like maybe rewatch certain episodes that you may, or certain scenes of certain episodes that you may have missed out on. And this to me is able to like reinforce like why some of my favorite anime shows from recent memory has become one of my personal favorites. Like, I mean, if you see me in the background, there's a reason why I'm a huge Evangelion fan for a reason, because I took my sweet ass time watching the said show and the numerous spin-offs to the best of my abilities. And what I can definitely tell you though is that a daily basis can also work on like some really big long anime shows like Monster, which Monster the anime currently has like 74 episodes. You can easily split that shit up where if you don't want to watch like 3 episodes a day, you can maybe watch 1 episode a day to complete your journey. It's legitimately possible. Or if you're a huge One Piece fan, you could watch potentially 1 episode every day, excluding maybe the fillers and shit. But outside of that, there are instances where a daily route is possible. Which leads me to the last and final argument, a weekly watching experience. So, weekly watching experiences, I think you already know the gist of it. It's basically where you pretty much watch 1 episode per week and you wait till next week. And from there on, that gives you a lot more like time to process and maybe give you a bit of a reassurance to be like, okay, I really like the maybe the first episode of said anime and I want to rewatch it before the next episode comes out so I understand what's going on. I have a little bit of a recap of everything that's happened so I haven't forgotten. Now, of course, that isn't the case with a lot of anime watchers itself. That's understandable. But there are instances where some people would like to do that, where they want to rewatch previous episode before they watch their newest episode that comes out next week. And for me, I think that in the latter half, I think weekly watching and daily watching are like your two best friends that I feel like it's gonna stick with you in the long run. Because at the end of the day, yes, I could maybe go out here and like recommend a shitload of anime shows that you should check out, right? But the problem with that is that you have to be in charge of how you watch and consume your said shows. If you were to, again, going to the binging argument, if you were to binge these shows that I recommend to you right now, I bet you're going to forget why the show was really good, really great in the first place, and it doesn't leave much of an impact if you were to binge watch a show. But with daily watching or weekly watching, I think it's going to leave a lot more impact on you. Maybe it's going to touch you in a certain way emotionally, etc. And for all we know, it could be like maybe your favorite anime of all time, or maybe the worst anime of all time. But this is something that I think that over the years I kind of wanted to spread and talk about, and I figured to share here right now and say that I think binging an anime show is dead. Yes, again, there are certain niche circumstances where binging is possible, but in the modern day and age, when you really consider other factors, like hey, at the end of the day, I'm 26 years old, I'm a grown ass adult. I'm not gonna be watching anime like all fucking day throughout my week. I have a life, I have work, I got bills to pay, I got video games to play, I got other shit to do. So I think a daily or weekly watch of anime shows is the best way to consume an anime said show. And yeah, that's it. I just want to simply talk and rant about this argument a little bit. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Should you be binging daily or weekly watching anime? Let me know down below in the comments, I suppose. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Later.